Right. Good evening, everyone. Right. Let's try to recollect the features. Number one, simple. How many features are there totally? Excuse me. Totally 14 features are there. First feature is simple. Second, secure. Third, robust. Fourth, portable. Fifth, architectural neutral. These five features we have completed in last class. In today's class, let us try to learn next features. What are they? Object oriented. Okay, object oriented. Let us try to by heart first, and then I'll explain each feature later. First, let me by heart. Object oriented. Second is multi-threaded. Next, seventh one is multi-threaded. And the next, high performance. Okay, and the next, distributed. And next, dynamic. Okay, now all you people ready to talk along with me? Your side, open your mouth. Okay, I wanted to listen your voice, so try to speak yourself. Okay, first one is what? Simple. First feature, simple. Next one, secure, robust, portable, architectural neutral, object oriented, multi-threaded, high performance, distributed, dynamic. Tell me last six. Last five: object oriented, multi-threaded, distributed, sorry, high performance, distributed, dynamic. Okay, right. So these are the 10 features. Now still we have four features. What are they? Byte coded, interpreted, garbage collected, and open source. Okay, these are the features of Java. Right. So repeating once again: byte coded, interpreted, garbage collected, open source. Now come on, all features again you should by heart. So if you by heart first, then one feature we can discuss. First one is what? Come on, tell me. First one is what? First one is what? Simple. Type characters. Just you type characters. Okay, first character, second, first character only. All features first character. Simple, secure, robust, portable, 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 architectural neutral, object oriented. Next, object oriented, multi-threaded. Next, multi-threaded, high performance. Next one, distributed, dynamic. Next one, byte coded. Next one, byte coded, interpreted, garbage collected, and open source. So these are the 14 features are there. So already in last class we got some idea on these five features. Java is simple because its syntaxes are very easy to understand, and there is all complex, confused, unsafe concepts are hiding from Java programmer. And next, it is having predefined rich set of predefined library for fast and easy developing API. Next, Java is secured, providing several security features to code-wise security features, data-wise security features are there. Code-wise security features are provided by bytecode verifier and sandbox. Data-wise security provided by using accessibility modifier, security manager. Okay, and next, now Java is robust. Java is robust means it's very strong. How it is strong? When program is running, data is not lost. Data is not lost because of data is not lost, and abnormally terminated program will not be terminated because of three things. It is implicitly strictly typed checking programming language. Second, automated memory management, garbage collection is there. And then what you call exception handling. Because of exception handling, it is robust. So we never lost our data. Java supports fail safe system development, fail safe projects development. And next, portable means what? Java program we can take from one system to another system, and we can run that program in another system, and we will get exactly same result what we got in the previous system. It is possible because of two things. Number one, memory sizes are fixed across all operating systems, and also it has we have a special software to run Java program, that is JVM. Because of JVM, it is a platform independent. And next, Architectural neutral. What is the meaning of architectural neutral? Architectural neutral is nothing but if you change a computer. Today we are having some set of architecture like 16-bit processor, like a 500 GB hard disk, like 200 GB or 100 GB hard disk, like a 2 GB or 4 GB RAM, and Windows operating system. Suddenly tomorrow, okay, after 1 year, 2 year, now the architecture changed. Next day after tomorrow, next 1 year, architecture changed. You change architectures however you like. Computer architecture, any hardware device, software device you take, least bother. Okay, Java program will execute, no need to worry. That's why it's called architectural neutral. Right, today let us continue the next features. What the meaning of it? Object oriented. Java is a object oriented programming language. What the meaning of object oriented? It is a one style of programming. It's a one style of programming. Tell me now, I want somebody to walk on the road. There is a one style of walking on the road. What is that? Slowly he will go, slowly he will go, one by one, step by step it will go. Then we can call him what? He is walking. He is walking. Then now another person is going, taking big steps. Okay, long steps he's taking, long steps he's going. What you can say? He's jogging. Right. And next, I'm taking another person. He's going very fast. Okay, tuck going. What the meaning of it? He's running. Right. So all people are doing same walking, moving. All people are going by what? Moving. How they're moving? Slowly walking, little fast jogging, more fast running. Same way, a program development is having different styles. Okay, the first style is procedure oriented style or structured oriented programming. Another style is object oriented programming style. In a structured or procedure oriented style, we will create a function directly. Okay, we will write logic directly like this. This is structured programming style. So we will create a program called abc.add.c. Add.c. Inside add.c directly we will create a function. That's why it is called procedure or structured oriented style. Whereas if you take object oriented programming, in object oriented programming you cannot create add method directly. You must follow a special style of the program called what? Class based. Class add, open bracket, inside we create add function, open bracket and closed bracket, and we are writing class close, method close, and inside we are writing logic. Sir, why like that, sir? Immediately you will start asking question. Sir, why like that, sir? Now you are a BTech student. If you ask a question immediately why, then you are a BTech student. Okay, I hope you understand the meaning of BTech student. I no need to tell. Our current topic is what we are discussing. When I see that, okay, this is a object oriented style, structure style, we are just learning, right? Why object oriented programming style like this? That is the next chapter. Now object oriented programming current topic heading is what? Java features, presence of mind. You must have presence of mind. If you are raising the next questions, that is next chapter. Current topic is features. What is object oriented? Any programming language allowing us to write a program only by using class, then we call it as object oriented programming. Class based programming is called object oriented programming. That's it. That much point you have to accept and remember. Okay sir, understood. Why class? If class is not there, what is the problem? If class is there, what is the advantage? That is the next chapter. Object oriented programming is the chapter. That is called presence of mind. You must improve. Whatever I'm asking question, is it valid or not? My argument is right or wrong? Right, my argument is correct. Okay, fine. Then next, now I hope you got clarity on object oriented. Java programming is object oriented programming. That means the style of programming is object oriented, class based. Right, shall I go to the next point? What the next feature? Multi-threaded. Are Narasimha, I am not visible to anyone, not only you. I didn't start any webcam. Okay, if I am visible to one person, I am visible to all the people. You ask this question 10 times, I answer 10 times. Now 11th time you are asking, 11th time I am answering. Okay, Mr. Narasimha Prasad, I am not visible to anybody. What the meaning of multi-threaded? The name itself is telling multi-threaded. Thread means task. Thread means task. Multi means multiple tasks. Okay, now fine. Then observe now. I am going to give you one small task. Please try to think. I'm giving you a small task. This is my Gmail, sir. Either Gmail or Facebook. Okay, any website you choose. Now we have that Gmail project or Facebook project. Just you try to get the meaning of multi-threaded. Okay, tell me at this second, if you take, how many people are trying to access Gmail and Facebook? So many people. Click on rise button and tell me. So many people are accessing. So many people wanted to send the request, sending the request. Okay, if you take YouTube, oh my God, you cannot count how many people are watching videos, right? Complete world is there on YouTube only, except you and me, right? you and me are very busy. That's why we are here. Reminding all people are YouTube only, na? Then tell me, if all these requests are processing, giving your inbox page or Facebook page or YouTube page, one after one sequentially executed. Let's say you are sending 1 billionth request. You are a 1 billionth request. Then when your response will come to your page, if one after one coming, definitely it will take your next birth, na? Hey, Babu, it will take definitely next birth, na? Okay, when you die and come back, the next birth you should remember, God will give you powerful brain. Okay, last janma you can remember. Last, in my last birth I have sent one request to Gmail, my mails came or not, you have to go and check. Is it okay, na? No, na? Right. So all these requests are processing as if there is only one request. Okay, you send request, you are getting your response. You send request, you are getting your response. You send request, you are getting your response. For example, let me take one hotel. Okay, let me take one hotel. The moment you go to hotel, there are so many chairs, so many tables are there. Tell me, for every table, one server is provided. Okay, one server is provided. This table, another server is provided. Are you catching my point? This table, another server is provided. Then, when a customer is coming to this table, he is immediately taking his order and go to kitchen and preparing that food, coming and giving. So tell me, this is a hotel is nothing but our project. Each person coming and sending their own request. For each person, separate like how servers we have. Okay, separate servers how we have. Then tell me, in project also we have separate servers. That's separate servants. Okay, separate servants are there. That servant is called what? Thread. So as many requests you are passing, those many threads are created. The thread is taking care of processing your request and return your response. Everybody understand that? So finally, what is multi-threaded? Multi-threaded is the process of executing multiple tasks at a time simultaneously, is called multi-threading. So for executing each task separately, we have separate thread created background. Everybody got clarity? Yeah? Okay, so all people understand multi-threaded means. So multi-threading is the process of executing multiple tasks at a time simultaneously. Okay, right? So if you send 1 billionth request, it is executed independent of other requests. That facility is called multi-threaded. It's a kind of multitasking. Yeah, it's a kind of multitasking. Okay, at a time, can you watch movie, can you download the screen, right? Can you download new movie and you can type the program and you can do some antivirus checking. Okay, all at a time in your system you can do all these tasks at a time. According to operating system, we call it as multitasking. According to JVM, according to programming language, we call it as multi-threading. So Java is a multi-threaded programming language. Why Java is a multi-threaded programming language? Every network supporting application, every internet application, internet language must be a multi-threaded application, because at a time it is getting so many requests. Each request it has to process individually with others. Everyone understand that? Fine. So Java is a multi-threaded programming language that is suitable. It is suitable for what you call internet application development. I have a question. Tell me now. Is Java slow execution programming language or fast execution programming language? Guess and tell me. Its execution is high performance or low performance? Okay, some people are telling low performance. Java is a high performance programming language. One of the features is high performance, Nana. Already you seen, again you are telling low. Tell me now, how it is a high performance programming language? Array, because of multi-threaded. It is executing multiple tasks at a time. Na? If you introduce multi-threading to your project, then it is a high performance. If you don't introduce multi-threading your project, then it is a less performance. Yes or no? Now try to answer. Java is a high performance programming language. Java programs are executed fast because of multi-threaded nature. Okay, fine. Then I hope these three features are understand. Yesterday I told you these five features are little bit heavy, but next features are fast we can complete. I told you. Okay, so high performance. I hope everybody got clarity. Then now moving to the next. Java language is high performance not only with multi-threaded, also with a special compiled programming. I mean, special software implicit inside JVM and small budgie software is there. That software name is JIT compiler. Up to Java 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, Java is providing high performance only with multi-threaded nature. From Java 1.2, 1.3 onwards, Java is provided high performance multi-threaded plus one more concept is there called JIT, J-I-T, JIT. I will explain you what is JIT compiler, everything in the coming classes. Okay, probably next week, Monday, Tuesday. Definitely on Tuesday you are going to learn the topic. Okay, just-in-time compiler. What the meaning of just-in-time compiler and everything I will tell. Just you try to remember. Okay, fine. So people who not listening, not audible, please rejoin. Already told you many times. Again, you were asking same. Audio issues. Okay, next feature I'm moving. High performance completed. Next feature I'm going distributed. Okay, tell me what the meaning of distributed. Can you tell me English meaning of distributed? What is the English meaning of distributed? Distributed means distributed. Now, no, today is my birthday. Not divided, Ray. Divided is different. Today is my birthday. Assume. Okay. Assume. Okay. Assume today is my birthday. Then what I do? I'll take a bowl. I'll take a bowl of chocolates. Correct? Bowl of chocolates. Now I am taking this bowl with my hand. Assume that is my hand, okay? And now another hand is going inside, taking one chocolate out, giving to you. Take. Okay, na? So giving one chocolate to you. Then now take it and eat happily. Now next chocolate taking and giving to next person, giving to next person, giving to next person. I started distributing all these chocolates to different people. Yes or no? Tell me, what am I doing? I am distributing. Okay. Now at one place, all chocolates are there. From there onwards, distribution started like that. Observe. I have a server. Inside server, I have my project. Okay. Now this project is now distributed its functionality. For example, I'm taking it as a bank project. The bank project contain withdraw operation. Okay. Now this withdraw operation or deposit operation, whatever operation, I can access within the same bank. I can access. Okay. I can access from ATM. I can access software. ATM software I can access. Okay. I can access from swiping machine. I can access. Swiping machine I can access. I can access from mobile app. Right? I can access from mobile app. I can access from online transfer from the browser. From the browser, I can access. Try to answer now. It is available at one place. My bank is available at one place. My account available at one place. The account contain internal operation called withdraw is able to access from different electronic devices and browser. How is it possible? That is because of this feature distributed. The functionality of the project is distributed to all the people to access. Are you catching my point? Sir, how is it possible? To support this distributed, we have a functionality called RMI, remote method invocation. ATM is available for distance, that is called remote places. So now this project is available what? Remote place, remote, and this withdraw is called what? Method according to Java, remote method invocation. From remote place it is invoking. That's why this functionality, this distributed application development functionality is given with what? RMI. Later little bit it is enhanced and given with EJB. Okay, more enhanced with this one and given this distributed functionality by using the framework called what? Spring. By using the framework called Spring. Okay, first is basic distribution functionality with RMI, later with EJB, later with Spring. Now currently market is fixed with Spring. So what is a distributed? Distributed is nothing but now it is accessing. Distributed means the project we deployed in one place, that can be the project functionality can be accessed throughout the world from different electronic devices or browser. So that's why it is called what? Distributed. Everyone understand? Tell me. I have what do you call? I have account in Delhi. Let's say. Okay. I have my account in Hyderabad. Now I'm going to Delhi. Just I am going for a tour. Okay. Delhi I went. Not now. Not now. After Kanora. After Kanora, I'm going for a tour. Then I go to tour. Now in the tour place, I wanted to access money. Okay, I wanted to withdraw some money. Then tell me, by using my ATM card, can I deposit? Can I withdraw money? Yes. The account available in Hyderabad, but still I'm accessing in Delhi. Possible or not? Possible. Because of distributed architecture. Tell me, if my account is, okay, if my account is international debit card account, if I go to US, in US also I can withdraw money from the account which is available in Hyderabad. Yes, it's all because of distributed architecture. So tell me, tomorrow you are going outside with ATM card, trying to withdraw money or trying to swipe the card or trying to do some other operation from different place where your account is not there. Immediately will you get this thought in your mind? Hey, Java. Okay, this project is Java and this feature is called what? Distributed. That thought should come. Okay, now you open Gmail or Facebook or anything. Now you facebook.com, enter your username, password, login. Then immediately you are getting response. Immediately what thought should come? Hey, it is a multi-threaded nature feature and fast execution coming, high performance and background project developed by using what? Object oriented, and my accounts cannot be stealed by anybody. That is what? Security. And suddenly if power off, my data is not lost. Robust. Okay, I have robust. And next, the project available in different system is loading and executing in my system, portable. Now the same project can run under any computer, any mobile architecture, architectural neutral. I'm accessing it in a simple way. That's why it's simple. Can you apply all these 9 features every day in your life? Are you catching my point? Yeah, it is a distributed only, no. Now you access your account from other ATMs, any ATM, either same bank ATM or another bank ATM you can access. That is called what? Distributed. Now I have a question. Now currently I have developed my bank project, sir. This bank project, okay, contains only deposit operation, contains what? Withdraw operation, contains what? Current balance operation. Only 3 operations are there. In the future, I need to add some more functionality. To add some more functionality, I should collapse this project and reconstruct this project. I should destroy this project and reconstruct. Not required, na? Not required, na? I can just directly add. Okay. Tell me, I'm taking ATM machine. Listen carefully. I'm taking ATM machine. ATM machine is taking ICICI Bank ATM card. It is taking HDFC Bank ATM card. It is taking what? Kotak Bank ATM card. Suddenly, HK Bank came into market. Assume. HK Bank came. HK Bank ATM card is this ATM machine will accept or not? Accepted. Why? Because this ATM software is developed by using Java. So this Java is having another feature called dynamic. What the meaning of dynamic? Without disturbing the existing architecture of the project, this ATM or this software can connected to any other softwares, can accept any other software. Plug and unplug facility is nothing but what? Dynamic. Okay, tell me now. Now I'm giving you a mobile. Okay, mobile. I am taking mobile. Right now, mobile is currently working with Airtel SIM, BSNL SIM, Vodafone SIM, Docomo SIM. Suddenly into market, Geo SIM came. Tell me, is Geo SIM also accepting by the existing mobile? Na? Yes. Why? Because mobile is a dynamic nature software. It is developed by using Java. Dynamic nature software developed by using Java. So the Geo SIM also accepted. Future coming changes also it is accepted. It's all because of dynamic nature. So understand the dynamic. What the meaning of dynamic? Easily extensible, easily adaptable. So if a language is easily extensible to the, okay, if I develop a project by using one language, if the project is easily extending to new functionalities, adopting new functionalities without disturbing the existing architecture of the project, then we call it as what? Dynamic. Tell me, are you dynamic? Are you dynamic? Are you dynamic? When you born, your brain is empty brain. Only we have ba, 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 that's all. Only your mother photo and your father photo there in your brain. Yes or no? Then slowly you are growing up. Then your relatives are slowly, relative photos are going on story. Array, your eyes is camera, right? Your eyes is camera, right? Now click on, once you flash your eyes and open your eyes, then one photo will go on story in the mind. To catch my point? Then following by days, day by day going on. Then slowly your parents are throwing in a school. In the school you are learning A, B, C. Slowly you come to B.Tech. Okay. Now you join in my class. First day I told you what is Java, why Java, how Java, which Java, when Java, where is Java. Tell all these Java concepts are coming into your mind. Is your brain is asking, hey, no, I don't take Java. No, whatever the knowledge you are extending, your brain is accepting and storing. So your brain, your body is a dynamic programming language, I mean dynamic software. Tell me, sir, who is the best software engineer in this world? Can anybody tell me who is the best software engineer in this world? Huh? Veena, array, God, God is the best software engineer, right? God has manufactured you with a dynamic software, distributed software, high performance software, multi-threaded. I am teaching Java. Now your ear listening my voice, but inside your brain, how many thoughts are running? What my mother is doing, what my father is doing. If you have a lover, what my lover is doing, right? So many thoughts are running in your mind. Correct my point? So many examples are running. What you did yesterday, what you are doing tomorrow. So now lot of thoughts are running. Tell me, your brain is having multi-threaded nature now. Now you are looking at your mother, your mother is scolding. Now you cannot talk outside, but inside how much you are scolding, I know. Right? Right? So object oriented, you are talking with object. Your mother is an object, your father is an object. So God has created what software in your mind? Object oriented, highly secured. You know why? What thought running your mind, no one can understand, no one can find. That is secure thoughts, robust. Okay, and your body and your bones are very strong, right? Unfortunately, if you fell down also, nothing happens, safely you will end. Okay, and if any bone is break, then again it will again come and attach easily. Portable, you can move from one state to another state. You are portable. Architectural neutral, according to the climate your body adjusting. Architectural neutral, object oriented, multi-threaded, and your high performance, distributed, dynamic. God has designed Java language, lakhs of crores of years back. Only in 1991, Sun Microsystem came, James Gosling came, all the features are added. You know, are you catching my point? Try to think, Baba. James Gosling has introduced Java just by seeing your body, nothing more. Java is just your body. If you understand your body, Java will come automatically with you. Okay, Java and your body both are same. Slowly you will realize every point I'm talking. Java is a byte coded programming machine language. It is compiled into bytecode for achieving platform independency. Immediate question, sir, how by using bytecode platform independency will come, sir? Okay, good question. Next chapter. Okay, this is not the right chapter to discuss all this nonsense. So why Java is called bytecoded? Java program is compiled into a intermediate language called bytecode for achieving platform independency. That's why it is called byte-coded programming language. That's all. Simple statement. Next question. Now tell me, is this bytecode after compilation, can OS can understand and execute? No, no, no. It must be translated into machine language. For the translation purpose, we are using a special software called what? JVM. Now this JVM implicitly uses a special program called what? Interpreter. Okay, interpreter. Tell me, this interpreter, what is doing? It is interpreting, means converting to machine language. Who is converting to machine language? The Java program converted to machine language by whom? Interpreter. That's why the Java language is called interpreted programming language. Any language that execute any language program is executed by interpreter, then that language is called what? Interpreted programming language. Rabuji, up to now understand? Fine. So very simple topic. Why Java is byte-coded programming language? Why Java is interpreted programming language? Java is byte-coded programming language because Java program compilation converted to bytecode, intermediate code called bytecode. That's why it is called byte-coded programming language. Arey yaar, I am a teacher teaching core Java. So you are calling me core Java faculty. You are a student learning core Java. That's why you are called what? Core Java student. Right? Simple. Natara sir teach advanced Java. That's why he's called what? Advanced Java faculty. Right? Murali sir teaches Oracle. I hope you joined Oracle course morning 9 a.m. today. All you people have joined Oracle morning 9 a.m. Murali sir batch. I told you you must join from today, right? Now you join Oracle batch. Now Oracle batch faculty Murali sir. Murali sir is called what? Oracle faculty. Why? Because we are doing that job. Okay, we are doing that job. Okay, so same way here also, Java program compiled into a intermediate code called bytecode. That's why it is called byte-coded programming language. Sir, why byte-coded programming language? For achieving platform independency. Sir, what is platform independency? By using bytecode, how it is achieved? I told you in a Wednesday class. Okay, so Tuesday class, maximum Tuesday class you are going to learn. Okay, right. Next, interpreted. Java is interpreted programming language. The bytecode is not directly executed by OS. It is executed by one special program called interpreter. Because any programming language program executed by interpreter, we call it as interpreted programming language. Everyone understand these two features? Any doubts? In these 12 features, any doubts? All these 12 features are able to understand? Now tell me, sir, I have a next question. In your room, okay, in your room, okay, if Corona not there, okay, now you are going to one hotel. In a hotel you are buying, you are buying some dosa, Madipoina masala dosa. You bought one dosa packet, parcel you taken, come to your room. This is your room. Okay, in room corner you have a dustbin. And you have, this is a shelf. Once you come here, you are putting the dosa here in the shelf because you wanted to go to some washroom to clean your hands, so clothes. Okay, then after completing, you are coming back and eating that dosa happily. After eating the dosa, that waste paper, you are again putting in the shelf. Wonderful smell will come, na? Hey, no. What are you doing? You are throwing in the dustbin. Okay. Then who will clean this dustbin? You have, if you are a rich kid, if you are a poor kid, you only clean. If you are a rich kid, then you will employ one servant. Na? Now this servant will come and clean it and go. When it will come, when the servant will come, on their scheduled time, the servant will come and go. Click on rise button and tell me. Narration understand? Narration understand? Then tell me. Java is a rich kid. Okay, Java is a rich kid. What the meaning of Java is a rich kid? Java allowing the programmer to create like this dosa. In Java we call what? Objects. When program to run, I need some memory to consume. That memory is technically called what? Object. Okay, in Java you are responsible, programmer responsible to create objects, means allocate memory for storing values and execute. Once the memory usage is completed, if it is a C++ language, you must destroy that memory. If you destroy that memory, that space can be used by other objects to create. Okay, other values to store. If not destroyed, that memory cannot be used by others, and finally program execution terminated with no space problem. Okay, then in C++, it is your responsibility to create the objects and it is your responsibility to destroy objects. But if you take Java, you are only responsible for creating the objects, and those objects you no need to destroy. JVM has a special person called garbage collector. What the person? Garbage collector. Garbage collector is responsible for destroying these objects. Okay, garbage collector is responsible for destroying these objects. Is everyone understand? Then now finally tell me, what is the special feature available in Java? Automatic memory management. That automatic memory management is called what? Garbage collector. So whenever object usage is completed, it is automatically destroyed by Java only by using garbage collector software. That's why it is called what? Garbage collector. Are you catching my point? And next, I am telling you, remember, I have a one bad mentality and it is a very good mentality. If you ask a question, sir, can you please repeat? I don't even read your question also. Understand? What should I repeat? How do I know? From sample to garbage collected, everything I should repeat. Sir, please explain again, sir. What should I explain? Then you are going to doctor. Okay, this is a doctor table. Here a doctor is there. And somewhere else? Are you doing multi-threading? Are you not concentrating in the class? The name itself is telling self-descriptive, high performance. Java program execution is fast. Then how it is fast? Because of multi-threaded nature, it is fast. Because JIT compiler, it is fast. How it is distributed? Distributed. It is self-descriptive. The program available in one computer can be accessible from different computers. How? Because of RMI technique, EJB technique, Spring technique, dynamic. How it is dynamic? You develop some functionality. These functionalities can be extended by adding new functionalities. It can accept new type of functionality without modifying the project. How is it possible? Because of inheritance and polymorphism. So I didn't understand what is inheritance. Madre, I didn't explain what is inheritance. I didn't explain what is polymorphism. That inheritance and polymorphism, next chapters. How it is accepting? That's what only introduction words I am giving. You have to accept and remember those words. Garbage collected. What the meaning of garbage collected? Garbage, unused memory is called garbage. That unused memory is collected automatically by JVM and destroy that memory. That's why it's called garbage collected. Simple points here. You yourself confusing and creating problem yourself. You are not concentrating on the listening. You are not replying. Just you are looking at the screen by lay down on the bed. Come on. All you people tell me how many people are listening the class by lay down on the bed. Heartfully you should tell. Heartfully you should tell. You should not cheat me. How many people are laid down on the bed, on the floor and listening? Huh? See how many people are there. How many people are telling yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much for accepting your mistake. Feel that it is a classroom. You are in the classroom. If you are in the classroom, how sincere you are? Correct my point? If you are in the classroom, how sincere you are? Sitting on the chair, having the pen, paper, book with you, and whatever the faculty teaching, you are writing the notes, writing some running notes along with the explanation. Correct? Feel it is a class. It's a classroom, offline classroom. You are the responsible person, sir. No one is responsible. You should feel responsible. Okay, when somebody there in front of you acting as if you are doing work, and if nobody is there, you are feeling lazy and not working, then you will only fail. Are you catching my point? You only will fail. So you want failure or you want success? You know, when no one is there, if you are working good thing, then you are success. Okay, if any somebody there, then only you are working, then you have failed. Definitely you will fail, because how long somebody will monitor you? You should have control on you yourself. Food you should eat. Sit down properly and listen properly. Now somebody is asking, sir, how Java is interpreter programming language? Because it is interpreted. Interpreter is executing our Java program. That's why interpreter. I already told you, I am teaching Java. That's why you are called Java trainer. You are learning Java. You are called Java learner. You are sleeping. You are called sleeper. In a deep sleeping, you are called deep sleeper. What you are doing with that name, it will come. Java program is executed by interpreter. That's why it is called interpreted programming language. Is it clear my point? Then last feature, open source. What the meaning of open source? Okay, what is the meaning of open source? Open source means free. Excellent, wonderful, free of cost. No need to do any payment. I can freely download and I can start use it. That is called free. Excellent. Not only free. If it is a free, then why? Then what the difference between open source and free softwares? Come on. Why it is called open source? If it is a freely downloadable, if it is a free software, then what the difference between free software and open source? Tell me. VLC media player is a free software, na? VLC media player, free, na? You can download, right? Then we don't call VLC media as a open source. Are you catching my point? Then what is the meaning of open source? Some criteria there. If you want to call something is a open source, some criteria there. What the criteria? Observe. Number one, it is freely available to download. It's free. Point number one. Point number two, its source code is open to all to read and modify. That's called open source. Open source. The source code is open. Okay, that means the programs those are used in this language development is available to us. We can see that code, and next we can modify that code, and we can contribute. We can spend our time. And I can contribute in some part of project development. For free, they will not give you any money to you. For free. If these three things are there, then we call it as open source programming language, open source software. Just for free, not. People are understanding that is wrong. Okay, Java is a open source programming language because its software is freely available to download. Number two, its source is open to all to read and modify. And number three, we can also involve in the Java language development. Some of the functionalities we can also develop and suggest to James Gosling and their team. Arey Babu, this is a functionality I develop for my project. Just to check it. If it is required for all the people, you can include in your language. Okay, in your software you can include. That's called open source. Everybody got clarity? Yeah? Then why I have given a star here? Why I have given star here? Why I have given star here? I didn't give star to all remaining features. Why I have given star here? Star means not mandatory. Star means conditions apply. Terms and conditions. Java language is open source up to Java 10 version. Up to Java 10 version, it is open source. From Java 11 version onwards, it is both open source and commercial. Okay, both open source and commercial. There are from Java 11 version onwards, we have two JDK softwares. Java software name is JDK. Java is the language name and JDK is the software name. Okay. We have two softwares, Open JDK and Oracle JDK. Okay, we have two softwares are there from Java 11 version onwards. Java language, Java software is commercial and open source. If anybody want to download and use without doing any payment, then you can download Open JDK software. No, I want to do payment and then download. Then that people should download what? Oracle JDK. Then you should ask me question, sir, when it is something is free, why I pay, sir? If I continue the class for free, demo classes continuously, I'm taking complete course, who will pay? If I maintain the same link continuously, who will pay? Am I right or not? So click on rise button, right? So if I not changing this link, I given a chance to you. Okay, come on, Babu. People who are interested to pay, who people are not required to pay, don't pay. If I say, if I don't change this link, then people will not pay. Obviously, how can we survive? Are you catching my point? How can I survive? How can my family survive? How can institute can survive? Right? You need to pay minimum amount. Na? We are charging a minimum. Okay, that minimum also. If you want to free, come on, it's not a good, right? Because of COVID, your parents are not getting sufficient money. That's why we have taking what minimum money we are taking, right? So just offline cost only we are taking by adding this Zoom cost. That's it. Then what is the difference between Open JDK and Oracle JDK? It is open source and this is commercial. Then what is the difference? All features of JDK not given to Open JDK. All people know, na, if any software is giving for free, open source, every facility will be given. No, some features are hiding. Na. If you are done the payment, all features will be open to you. All right. Some of the features of Java not available in Open JDK. All features of Java available in Oracle JDK. Sir, I am just a tester. I'm just developing the program to see JDK software, how it is working. I just wanted to testing, okay, debugging purpose. You can use Oracle JDK for free. You can download Oracle JDK and you can use for free. Are you catching my point? So for whom Oracle JDK is a commercial, for whom license should be paid? People who are using the JDK for running, people who are doing the payment for running their project in the production system for customers. For example, let me take Amazon project wanted to run, then Open JDK will not use because all features are not coming now. Oracle JDK will be used by Amazon and Amazon company will do payment to Oracle Corporation, some money, whatever the license cost is, they will pay. Sir, I will use Open JDK, sir. Whatever the features are missing, those features, okay, no problem, I will ignore. Okay, you can use Open JDK happily. All are catching my point? Right. According to Sun Microsystem, according to Oracle Corporation, Open JDK is not having some security measurements. Security patches are not given with Open JDK. Right. Oracle JDK is given with full security patches. Okay, na? Some security related concepts are not there with Open JDK. Some concepts Oracle related, security related, all concepts are there in Oracle JDK. Are you catching my point? Then tell me now, if your project is running in server, if security not provided, now somebody will hack your project and create problem, na? So that's why people are using Oracle JDK in the commercial systems. Open JDK not used. Okay, finally try to answer, Nana. As a student, which one you are downloading? Open JDK na Oracle JDK na? Oracle JDK only we will download and use. For us, no need to pay anything. Free of cost, it is available to download. No need to worry about it. Already catching my point. So companies who want to run their projects in server computer for their customers, then if they want free of cost Java, Open JDK, they will download and install. If they want some security patches, security related concepts, then Oracle JDK will be used. That's it. Everyone understand? All 14 features got clarity? Now I'm giving 2 minutes time. Yeah, why we download Oracle JDK? Why not Open JDK? You can download Open JDK also, your wish. Both you can download. Anything you can download, we will download Oracle JDK. Okay, please go through once all 14 features. All features, did you get clarity? Inheritance, it all eliminated from Java. Okay, hash include, percentage, ampersand, all this nonsense is not there. And next, second, easy and fast to develop technology. Java is a technology, has provided so many predefined library APIs. So string name equal to uppercase method you can easily call. Lot of JDBC program there to connect to database. Lot of servlet APIs there connected to network. Okay, this is simple feature. Just giving all these points quickly. And next, secure. It is a data wise secure and code wise secure. Okay, data wise secure nothing but a cache. Okay, cache is nothing but data. How can we provide security? By using accessibility modifiers and security manager. How code wise security? Okay, code wise security is nothing but bytecode verifier and what you call sandbox. Okay, the next, robust. It must secure there is no what is the meaning of robust? It must ensure there is no value loss, and it must provide fail-safe system. Then we call it as robust. Java is robust because it's providing strictly typed. Java is a strictly typed programming language, hence there is no value loss. It provides exception handling with a try catch finally throw throws, so the failure will be catch. And I given int a equal to 10.5, double cannot be stored in C++ allowed, but Java not allowed. Next, Paytm operations when I are doing, if any bank transaction level problems are coming, then our money will not be lost. Money will be added to either bank side or money will be added to Paytm wallet. Okay, the next, portable. Right, portable means a program that can be carried from one computer to another computer either via network or pen drive, and executing in another computer generate the output is called what? Portable. So Java program is portable because memory sizes are fixed and platform independent because of JVM. Right, and the next, architectural neutral. Java supports multiple host architecture. Java supports multiple host architectures because it is a platform independent because of JVM. For example, I have computer one with Java program, OS, processor, hard disk, RAM, with the different sizes are there, with the different configuration. Now taking that program to another computer, it will work. So in future, any changes are coming to computer architecture, our program happily will go and execute. Next, Java is object oriented. It is a one style of programming or one programming paradigm. So in C and C++ or C and C are procedure oriented or structure oriented. We will write a program around one object, one mathematical formula, void, find area, void, add, like that. Whereas object oriented programming language is a style of writing program around one object, like a bank, student, employee, bus, train, right? Like this we will write. So it is a class based programming language. Multi-threaded. So now multi-threaded means running multiple tasks at a time concurrently. Okay, running multiple tasks at a time, concurrent flow of execution is multi-threaded. Java is a multi-threaded programming language. In Java, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all these operations we can do concurrently. If you come to the server, every internet application developing programming language must be multi-threaded programming language. In a server system, now we have a project. This project must accept multiple requests at a time. All requests must execute all these requests must execute simultaneously, nothing but concurrently. For that, for each request, a separate thread will be there. I give an example: one table, one servant. Okay, there are so many servants are there. Every table I have separate servant. The moment I go, okay, now my work is doing by my servant. For example, we have only one servant serving to all the customers, then lot of time will take. The customer will get angry and he will leave. For example, you take barber shop. I want to go for hair cutting. Okay, many times happened to me. So I want to take that example. So there are totally 5 chairs are there. Inside a barber shop, there is a 5 chairs are there. Only 2 barbers are there. Remaining 3 chairs are vacant, but there are still 5 people are there to haircut. Then will I stay there? Pakka no. Immediately I will leave and go. I'll find for another shop. Why? Because time taking process. I want to complete fast, right? So then I want to go immediately. Then tell me. So here also same story applicable here. Why? If I don't have my own barber, then it takes so much time. 5 chairs are there, 5 barbers are there, 5 people are there. No problem. I'll wait because my turn will come quickly. Okay, my term will be quickly. Next, threads, infinite threads will not be created. There is a finite number of threads based on your processor capacity. Okay, based on your processor capacity, number of threads will be created. Okay, it's not infinite number of threads cannot be there. So now, for example, if you take a shop, maximum limit is what? 5 chairs can be there, 5 barbers are there. Okay, five people are waiting. Okay, I'm the 6th person. No problem, I'll wait. Okay, right. So like that. Now next, high performance programming language. What the meaning of high performance? Execution is fast because of multi-threading. JIT compiler. Okay, right. JIT compiler stands for just in time compiler. Okay, the next, distributed. What the meaning of distributed? I have an application in Delhi, my native place, HDFC Bank account. I am able to access my account at different places throughout the world. That is called distributed. This distributed architecture is developed by using the technology RMI. Next, dynamic. Dynamic means what? Extensible and scalable. Okay, if we can add more features without changing the existing architecture, then we call this product or language is what? Dynamic. So today I have 3 functionality. Some other, after 1 year I want new functionality. To add this new functionality, I no need to disturb the architecture. I can add a new functionality. For adding more functionality, for memory creation point of view, Java is dynamic. That means in Java, if you take C language, C is a static programming language, because if you take C language, if you declare variable int x equal to 10, it can contain only 1 copy memory. If you take Java, if you declare the variable x, for the same variable, multiple copies of memories can be provided. This is a dynamic. Tell me now, let me take switchboard. Switchboard contains only switches, then it is a static because it cannot work with different electronic devices. Now, if you take switchboard with plug, okay, switches plus plug is there. Now it is a dynamic. Any different electronic machine, I can plug, operate, remove it, plug, operate, remove, plug, operate, remove. So this type of plug is called what? Are you catching my point? This type of plug is nothing but dynamic. The type of plug will be provided by using what? Polymorphism, inheritance and polymorphism in Java, right? Next, byte coded. What the meaning of byte coded? If you take C language, ABC.C program compiled directly into machine language code. That's why C is called compiled programming language. Only compiler will be used. Whereas if you take same program in Java, Java compiler converting that code into a special format called bytecode. That's why it is called byte-coded programming language. And then this byte-coded programming language, small commands, load, store, I add, small commands are there. These small commands are further translated into machine language code by using interpreter software. That's why it is called interpreted programming language. Look at there. Now this bytecode is further interpreted and converted into machine language zeros and ones. That's why it is interpreted programming language. In Java language, the program is compiled into a special format commands called bytecodes. Hence Java is called byte-coded programming language. The Java bytecode is further converted into machine language by another translator called interpreter, because Java program is executed by interpreter. It is interpreting. That's why it is called interpreted programming language. So compiler, Java, C is only compiled programming language. Java is both compiled and interpreted programming language. Last one, garbage collector. Okay, garbage is nothing but unused memory or unused object automatically destroyed by JVM. That's why Java is called garbage collected programming language. Okay, in Java, you are creating and using object, JVM will destroy that object. This process, this feature, this facility is called automatic memory management programming language. In C++, you only should create, you only should destroy. And last, open source programming language. Array, that slide is missing. Okay. Oh, no problem. What the meaning of open source? Now open source programming is nothing but the language is available for freely downloading. Language is available freely downloading and also available for reading the source code and also available for contributing our time to develop new functionality. That's why it is called open source. From Java 11 version onward, Java language is both open source and commercial. Okay, so Java 11 onwards, we have 2 JDK softwares, OpenJDK and Oracle JDK. OpenJDK is freely download and you can use either for testing purpose or for running your project in the server computer for your customers. But Oracle JDK is freely available only for learners and testers for sample applications to develop. If you want to use Oracle JDK for running your project to do business by the customers, okay, then you cannot use Oracle JDK. You have to do the payment. Then what is the major difference between Oracle JDK and Open JDK? All functionalities of Java available in both JDK softwares, but security related concepts, future enhancements, future changes will not be given with Open JDK. They are given with only Oracle JDK. More details we'll understand in the coming classes. No need to worry. Can I hope all you people understand these features? Well, I'm closed my eyes. I closed my eyes. You also close your eyes and visualize. Okay, you know, here a diagram should flash. Here a diagram should flash in your mind. Java has 14 features. They are number one, close your eyes and tell me: simple, secure, robust, portable, architectural, neutral, object-oriented, multi-threaded, high-performance, distributed, dynamic, byte-coded, interpreted, garbage collected, and open source. That's it. Are you all comfortable with this explanation, or you want me to do any changes? Newly joined students, did you understand all points? All are comes under what? Platform independent, right? Under platform independent JVM. Okay. The next, object oriented we must consider, multi-threaded we should consider, high performance we should consider, distributed dynamic we should consider. Look at that. I want to prepare a definition, something new. Java is a technology. I want to add this word. Java is a technology because it has provided so many predefined API. So definition of Java. Java is a technology. It is a very simple, high-level, secured, platform-independent, multi-threaded, object-oriented programming language. Okay. Now it was invented by James Gosling in Sun Microsystems for developing network-based, means internet, high performance, distributed, dynamically extensible applications. If you say these two definitions to the interviewer will stand up and do Vienna step. Telugu people know Chiranjeevi Vienna step, Balai Babu flu step. Okay, if you tell this definition to the interviewer, he feels that you are wonderful, knowledgeable person. Okay, the depth of the knowledge will be understood by this definition. The way you arrange the words, he can realize. So it is a very simple, means no special syntaxes. Okay, high level means English like code, secured, platform independent, multi-threaded, object-oriented programming language. It is invented by James Gosling in Sun Microsystems for developing network-based, high-performance, distributed means from one electronic device to another electronic device should be accessible, distributed, dynamically extensible applications. This definition you must tell to interviewer. Are you catching my point? Then following by, tell me, definition of Java as per features given by Sun. Now, Java, this is a microsystem given definition. This is the definition I rearranged. Same definition, read. Java is just a simple, secure, robust, portable, object-oriented, interpreted, byte-coded, architectural neutral, garbage collected, multi-threaded programming language with a strongly typed exception-handling mechanisms for writing distributed, dynamically extensible programs. If you say the definition like this, interviewer will get sleep, no doubt. You have to split some water on his face. Okay, it's a big statement, okay? We want to split like this and then we wanted to tell. So whichever the definition you're comfortable, you can follow any definition. Okay, next. Many people are asking, sir, if I miss class, what to do? I will talk to you end of the class, okay? I will talk to you end of the class. Please concentrate on the class now. And tell me, definition of Java completed. All you people comfortable? Now Java there in the market. Then now Java, we wanted to use Java. Using Java, what are the different types of applications we can develop? What is Java? Okay, what is Java? And next, what do you call, why Java? Next, how Java? Okay, where Java? Okay, when Java? All WH questions I wanted to discuss. So where Java we use? Tell me. That means we use Java for developing different types of applications. Using Java, what are the different types of applications we can develop? I wanted to know. Are you ready? Using Java, what are the different types of applications we can develop? Come on, guess. Already I have mentioned some applications. Standalone applications, nothing but desktop applications. I want to develop desktop application like a calculator, trader console, antivirus. Trader console means trading. Some people are buying and selling shares na. For buying and selling shares, I want some program. That program is also comes under desktop application only. Okay, right. So desktop applications, calculator, trader console, antivirus, lot of things. And next, web application. Okay, now web applications you can develop nareshitjobs.com, redbus.com, few functionalities. Okay, only we are controlling one branch data we are managing data, then we call web application. Okay, some tutorial website is a web application. A tutorial website, less functionality, money transactions are very less, then we call it as a web application. There is another kind of web application called enterprise application. A enterprise application is a bank application. Next, online shopping application is a enterprise application, an application that provides several services connecting to different systems and different organization, different agents. We call it as what? Enterprise application. A big business model running, then we call it as a enterprise. A chota bacha business running. Okay, a chota bacha business, only that particular company working, not connecting with any other companies. A tutorial website is simply web application, I can say. But Paytm is enterprise application, bank is enterprise application, because they're connecting with so many other companies, so many agents, so many organizations. Okay, that business model is very huge, then we call it as what? Enterprise application. And next, also we can develop interoperable application. Remember, interoperable application means different websites can be connected. Okay, Facebook wanted to connect it to bank site. Are catching my point? Right? Facebook connected to the bank site. Now, how Facebook developed in which language? PHP. Bank site developed in which language? Java. Now, if you want PHP, want to talk to Java, you need what? One mediator program. That mediator program is what? Interoperable application, nothing but web services. Hello, do you remember web services? Second class I told you web services something. This is an interoperable application. Okay, na? Come on. We need to complete today this topic. Tomorrow, freshly, we want to start next story. And then, so interoperable applications, right? So then, now these are the 4 major applications we can develop by using Java. Then tell me, using Java, can I develop any other applications? Your favorite applications. Now, it's a part of your body, heart of your body. You know, the moment you wake up, heart working or not working, you don't worry. But your mobile is working or not working, you are checking, na? Right? Your body parts are working or not working, nobody worry, right? Oh, where is my mobile? Where is my mobile? Oh my God. Okay. Then mobile applications. Okay. Mobile applications. You name anything, Java will be there. Mobile applications. Next, game applications. Very, very important. Every game is developed by using Java. Next, Selenium application. Testing applications also can develop by using Java. Okay. That PUBG or GUBG. Okay. A lot of things are there. Then next, one more type of application can be developed by using Java. What is that? What is that? Robotic application, chitti applications. Rajnikant chitti nana, my dear chitti, you are my chittis. Okay, now so many chittis are there in the class. Okay, all the people are my chittis. Robotic applications. Okay, robotic applications also we can develop. And next, IoT applications, cloud computing applications also we can develop by using Java. So these are the 8 different types of applications we can develop by using Java. Of course, 9th application, testing applications also. Selenium, manual testing, automated testing also we can develop. Okay, fine. So these are the 8 different types of applications we can develop. Ray, if you carefully observe, yeah, big data applications also. Yeah, big data applications also we can use Java, right? Now, testing applications, big data applications also. Yeah, distributed applications are enterprise, nana. Sachin Surya. What is IoT? What is IoT application? Computing also, now Java will be there. Big data. Okay, big data. In big data also Java will be there. Let me also add that. Cloud computing, robotic applications. Next, testing applications. Selenium testing application. Automated testing, auto testing applications. Automation. Okay, in testing place, I write automation. Okay, automation testing apps can be used, cloud computing, big data applications. Okay. Okay, robotic application, automatic testing application, automation testing application, IoT, cloud computing, big data. So I just given number here and combined here 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these 12 different types of applications we can develop by using Java. Okay, if you carefully observe, sir, very important. It's very, very important, sir. Have you ever observed? Have you ever observed YouTube? Today night, you just watch some. Okay, big data means you just search in on Google. Don't waste the time now. Okay, big data means search you on Google. Hadoop, big data, Hadoop applications development. Okay, search in the Google. I'm giving some words. Related things I'm explaining. Irrelated things I'm not talking. Okay, whenever I'm not talking, you just search in the Google. Okay, don't ask. Don't waste the time because that is not nowhere related to us. You search in the Google. You try to do your own debugging. Now come to the point now. YouTube, before you night is sleeping, just you search some videos. Let's say go to Google and type Hare Krishna Java. Okay, or Java Hare Krishna, something Java by Hare Krishna, you search. Then you just see one or two videos you watch and then you sleep. Next day morning when you wake up, open the YouTube app in your mobile. Then tell me, on home page, if you observe, all my videos will be there. Recommended, 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 recommended. Yes or no? Have you observed that? That application is what? That is also one program, na? That program comes under what type of application? That program comes under data science application. Okay, that program comes under data science application, data analytics application, machine learning application, artificial intelligence application. So we have nowadays these 12 applications are old style of applications: robotic, automatic, automation testing, IoT, cloud computing, big data. These all old application, many years running. Suddenly into the market we got data science, data analytics applications, machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. These are the new things came into market. Now the very important point you should realize, using Java we can develop these 12 applications, but using Java we cannot develop these applications. Not possible. Okay, using Java we can develop this. Okay, but these applications are developing by using a new language called Python plus R language. Okay, now some people are using Python, some people are using R language. Okay, why Java cannot be used in this area? You need to know it. Why Java cannot be used in this area? Very simple. If you want to develop data science, data analytics, or deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence applications, you should need a huge library applications, huge mathematical library required. Okay, statistics, linear algebra, statistics and linear algebra mathematical libraries are required. Those libraries are not there in Java because Java target is not mathematics. Java target is business applications development. These applications doesn't require huge set of mathematics functionalities, not required. But these are required mathematics. So that huge mathematics library is available in Python and R language. That's why Python and R language they are using here. Everybody got clarity here? Okay, so these are the total 15 or 16 kinds of applications are running in the market. These 15, 16 applications are there in the market. You are going to get a job to develop any of these applications in the future. Are you catching my point? So nothing is easy, nothing is tough. It's all your feelings only. Okay, nothing is easy, nothing is tough. Everything is your feeling only. Tell me, eating chicken biryani, easy or tough? For vegetarians, they will enjoy. Non-vegetarians, they will cry. Are you catching my point? So, Java, Python, all three languages you must learn. Okay, when you learn, how you learn, that is up to you. That's not my headache. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to give you conclusion. Okay, tomorrow